A psychologist set up an experiment to study the tendency of a person to select the first item when presented with a series of items. In the experiment, 300 people were presented with a set of 5 pictures arranged in random order. Each person was asked to choose the most appealing picture. Of the first 150 participants, 36 chose the first picture in the set. Among the remaining 150 participants, P people chose the first picture in that set. If more than 20% of all participants chose the first picture in the set, which of the following inequalities best describes the possible values of P? There's a lot to unpack here. So sometimes you may have to read a question more than once, and that's totally fine. Also note that I was underlining some things that I thought might be important to look over, and let's just read those. Each person was asked to choose the most appealing picture. Of the first 150 participants, 36 chose the first picture in the set. So let's see if we can kind of figure this out. So we know that there's an experiment, and there were 300 people in this experiment in total. And it looks like these people were broken into 2 groups. There is the first 150 people, and there's the second group, which is, also 150 for a total of 300 people. Now, out of this first group, we know that 36 people chose the first picture. And out of this second group, P people, given letter P people also chose the first picture. So I guess we can ask ourselves, in total, how many people chose the first picture? This group and this group. So in total, we had P people plus 36 people. This is the total of people who chose the first picture. And we can just pause here for a minute and glance at the answers and see if there's anything even remotely close to that. A doesn't have it, B doesn't have it, C doesn't have it, so D has P plus 36, and that's a really good sign. So let's read on and see what the rest of this is saying. If more than 20% of all participants chose the first picture in that set, which of the following inequalities best describes the possible values of P? More than 20% of all participants chose the first picture. So more than 20% of all participants. So 20% of all participants is 20% of 300, because we have 300 total participants. And of course, when you're doing math using percents, you convert them to a decimal or a fraction. So let's do a decimal. So 20% is just 0.20. Of in math means multiply, so 0.20 times 300. And yeah, that makes sense. So actually, that solidifies D as the correct answer. It says if more than 20%, so we had P plus 36, and we are told that more than 20% of the people chose the first picture, so it's got to be D. It's showing that the total amount of people who chose the first picture is more than 20% of the total amount of people. So yeah, D would have to be the correct answer.